ሄሎ ጤና ይስጥልን እንደምንሰነበታችሁ። በዛሬው ትምህርት ክፍለ ጊዜ ይዘን የቀረብነው ቦዲማስ ወይም ፔድማስ የተባለ ትምህርት ነው። ይህን የምናጠናው የስሌት ቅደም ተከተል ምን ይመስላል የሚለውን ለማየት ነው። ኦርደር ኦፍ ኦፕሬሽንስ የተለያዩ ሀገሮች የተለያዩ ኦርደር ኦፍ ኦፕሬሽንስ ያጠናሉ ወይም ይጠቀማሉ። እንደ ዩናይትድ ስቴትስ ፔምዳስ፣ እንደ ፍራንስ አካባቢ ያሉ ደግሞ BODMAS፣ ብሪቲሽ ቦዲማስ ይጠቀማሉ። ሁሉም at the end of the day they will give you the same result። ሂሳቡን ስሌቱን አስልተን ስንጨርስ የምናገኘው ውጤት አይቀየርም። ነገር ግን ባጭሩ ከየትኛውን ጀምር የሚለውን ክሉ ይሰጡናል። they will give us some clue where to start our calculation። የት ጋር መጀመር እንዳለብን ስሌታችንን ወይም ከየትኛው ግሩፕ መጀመር እንዳለብን እናያለን። አንደኛው ግሩፕ ፓረንተሲስ መጀመሪያ፣ ከዛ ኤክስፖነንት፣ መልቲፕሊኬሽን፣ ዲቪዥን፣ አዲሽን እና ሰብስትራክሽን ነው። ሁለተኛው the same ነው። parenthesis and bracket is the same except division and multiplication are exchanged place. The last one is BODMAS, brackets of division, multiplication, addition and subtraction. So of is like half of something ሲሆን እንደማለት ነው። half of x a square ካለን ለምሳሌ አሁን a square ስላለን there is exponent, we have to square a first before we multiply it by x and take the half, or take half of x times a square. So always we do the exponent. So there are some more complicated where there is a square root or cube roots, fractions involved. እነሱም በሙሉ ሶልቭ የምናደርገው ቅደም ተከተሉ እዚህ ጋር በተማርነው መሰረት ነው የሚሆነው ማለት ነው። So this will give you a leg up. So ሂንት ሰጣችኋል። ይሄን የወሰድኩት ከዊኪፒዲያ ላይ ነው። እዛ ሄዳችሁ ማየት ስላላችሁ more detailed information። ነገር ግን we will see this with some examples. How do we do it? How do we break it down? Let's say we have 3 plus 5 plus 7. This is very simple maths. We can add any of the two numbers and get still the same result. የትኛውንም ሁለት ደምረን መልሱ አይለወጥም። ብንፈልግ 3 እና 5 እንደምረን 7 መደመር which is 8 plus 7 which is 15, or we can add 5 and 7 first, which becomes 3 plus 12 which is 15 again, or we can add 3 and 7 first and then add the 5. There will be no change. ስለዚህ ውጤቱ አይቀየርም። የትኛውንም ኦርደር መጀመሪያ ብንሰራው ውጤቱ አይቀየርም as long as all the signs are the same. I mean the operations are the same. How about if they are mixed? It's the same again. We can do any of the two first, still get the same result. We can do 10 minus 4 plus 6, or we can make 6 minus 4 and then add the 10, or we can make 10 plus 6, 16 minus 4, which is again 12. So in these two cases, it doesn't matter which order we are doing it. But BODMAS and PEMDAS, both of them say do the addition first and then subtraction. Look, let's see multiplication next. ማባዛት ደግሞ እንመልከት። 2 ጊዜ 3 ጊዜ 4 መጀመሪያ 2 እና 3ን አባዝተን ከዛ በ4 ማባዛት። So again, we can multiply any of the two first and still get the same result. 2 times 3 is 6, times 4, 24. Or 2 times 3 times 4 is the same as 2 times 12, which is again 24. Or we can multiply 2 and 4 first. 2 times 4 is 8, times 3 is 24. እና የትኛውንም ሁለት ቀድመን ካባዛን መልሳችን ያው ነው የሚሆነው። ስለዚህ ማባዛት እና መደመር መቀነስ ከሆነ ኤኒ ኦርደር መጠቀም እንችላለን። የትኛውን ማስቀደም መስራት እንችላለን። ነገር ግን ማካፈል ሲሆን it's not going to be the same. But for division, this is not going to work. So we have to do it from left to right. So 12 divided by 4 is 3, and 3 divided by 2 is 1.5. If we do the 4 divided by 2 first, what we get is 12 divided by 2, which is 6. So the question is, which is the correct one? የትኛው ነው ትክክለኛ መልስ? 1.5 or 6? 1.5 ወይስ 6? So there is only one answer, and the correct answer is 1.5. Let's see another example. How about if there is a mixture of multiplication and division? 18 divided by 3 times 2. So if you follow the left to right rule, 18 divided by 3 is 6, times 2 is 12. But if you follow the BODMAS, which is multiplication first, which is going to be 18 divided by 6, which is 3. So which one is correct? So that will give us some ambiguity. Therefore, to avoid ambiguity, we have to use parentheses or brackets to show which one is correct, or which one we have to do first. So for the first one, we say 1.5 was correct. But for the second one, it is ambiguous because the BODMAS say do the division first, and the PEMDAS say do the multiplication first. So which one is correct? So that I will leave it for a bracket or parentheses to be used in such cases. But there is another rule that says multiplication and division should be performed from left to right. So again, that will not give us enough clue on which of the two is correct with this 12 or 3. So I will leave that as it is, and I'll let you research it. So let's see some examples and how do we solve them? How should we solve them? Like I said, to avoid ambiguity, we have to use parentheses or brackets. So let's start with a word problem. If an item is 75% off and the price is $100 and the local tax is 7%, how much does the customer have to pay for the item? Huh? So let's see. 75% off $100, which is 75 over 100 times 100, which is $75. So the new price is going to be the original price minus the discount, which is 25. To find the total price, we have to add the tax. So since we bought a $25 item, we're going to pay 7% tax on it, which will give us $26.75. If you have to write this in expanded form, this is what it would look like. The original value, $100, minus the discount, 75% off the $100, plus the 7% tax off the $25, right? $100 minus the 75% times 100. And that's what we did earlier. First, we found the discount. And then after we found the discount, we multiplied by 100. And then we subtract that from the $100. On the tax section, or for the tax, also we did the same thing. We use 75% as 75 over 100 times 100, which gave us 75. Then we subtract 100 from it. And we multiply that by 7 over 100 to find the tax. Then we added this to the price, the $25, which gave us $26.75. So the parentheses are very important. The brackets are very important when we make the calculation. We don't want to do the subtraction first before we do find the tax, or we don't do the addition before we do the discount. So let's take another example. This one is very simple. It's just mixed operation in it. There is multiplication, bracket, and subtraction, and division. So first, let me underline everything that we could do first. So we can do 4 times 2, or 6 divided by 3, and 4 times 2 again. So we could, whichever we can do first, we would underline them at the same level, then the next group, then the next group, and then the last group. So the underline gives you a clue where to start. So 4 times 2 is 8, and 6 divided by 2 is 3 is 2, and then 4 times 2 is 8. In the next step, we have this 12 minus 8 that comes from the top bracket. We can start from that. So we can do the 12 minus 8 first. So 8 minus 2 plus 12 minus 8, which is 4. Now, since it's subtraction and addition, we can do any of the two first. It doesn't matter. So we do 8 minus 2 and then plus 4. Then we have 6 plus 4, which is 10. All right. So this is how you do it. So you start with the bracket first, and whatever is in the bracket, you do them first. And then you start peeling out to the outer bracket. So let's see another example. We have 4 squared divided by 2. So you do the 4 squared first, and then minus 12 divided by 3. And we also have 16 minus 3 times 5. So you can do the 3 times 5 first. But let's do one step at a time. So let's square 4 first. So 4 squared is 16 divided by 2 minus 12 over 3 plus 16 minus 3 times 5. So next we can do that 16 divided by 2 is 8. I think next we can do the 12 over 3. And also next we can do the 3 times 5. So this is to show you step by step to do one thing at a time. Now, since it is addition and subtraction, we can do any of the two first. So let's group them together. 8 minus 4 is 4, plus 16 minus 15 is 1. So the answer is 5. So remember, always the exponent, the bracket first. If there is no bracket, we do the exponent before anything else. After the exponent, we'll start with division or multiplication, depending on which one you are following. So we did the division first, based on PEMDAS. And then finally, we did the multiplication at last. So in BODMAS, division comes before multiplication. In PEMDAS, multiplication comes before division. But when you look at this, the answer will not change whichever you do first. As long as you do your exponents and parentheses or brackets first, you should be okay with this one. Let's see some additional example. All right, let's take another example. Okay, in this case, we have brackets within brackets. So we'll start always from the inner bracket. So we can do 3 times 2 and 6 divided by 3 and another 3 times 2. Those 3 can be done at the same time. እነዚህን ሶስት አንድ ላይ መስራት እንችላለን መጀመሪያ። ከዛ ሁለተኛውን ብራኬት መስራት እንችላለን እና ይሄኛውን ግሩፕ finally we do all. So I like to use lines to give me a guide where to start and which one to do first. መስመሮቹን የትኛውን መጀመሪያ ልጠቀም የሚለውን ጠቀምበታለሁ ማለት ነው። So 3 times 2 is 6, 6 divided by 3 is 2, and 3 times 2 is 6. Now we have 2 brackets left, so let's evaluate the 2 brackets first. So 2 times 4 plus 5. So again, we do 2 times 4 first, because multiplication comes always before addition in any of the 2 cases, BODMAS or PEMDAS or PEMDAS. And your answer is 13. So let's try another one that involves exponent and bracket. So which one is going to be done first? So between this bracket and this exponent, which one comes first? Yes, the bracket has to be solved. 12 over 3 and 5 minus 3, because they are in bracket. So on the first one, 5 minus 3 is 2 squared divided by 6 minus 12 by 3 is 4, and 5 minus 3 is 2. The next one is we can do the exponent, the 6 minus 4, and the 2 times 6 first. So in this step, we could do 4 divided by 2 plus 2 times 6, which is 12. Now, another bracket, 4 divided by 2. Even if the bracket was not there, still 4 divided by 2 comes first. So 12 plus 12, 2 plus 12 is 14. All right, always remember to do exponent, bracket first, then exponent. So if there is bracket, like the 5 minus 3, outside the bracket, square the 5 minus 3. So first you have to do the inside the 5 minus 3 before you do the squaring. In the next one, in the 6 minus 12 divided by 3, in that case, within that bracket, you have to do the 12 divided by 3 first. And the next one, 5 minus 3 times 6. The first thing you have to do is the 5 minus 3 because it is inside a bracket, then multiplication. So that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gave you some clue, idea on using BODMAS or PEMDAS, whichever is comfortable for you. So wherever there is ambiguity, always make sure to use bracket or parentheses. Thank you. Don't forget to share, subscribe, and like. Thank you.